Hey guys, what's up? Russ here. I was tagged by David's Comics and Wrestling for my top 5 comic book character deaths. Let's jump into it. My number 5 comes in Crisis on Infinite Earths, issue 8, The Death of Barry Allen's Flash. My number 4 pick comes in Uncanny X-Men, issue 137, The Death of Jean Grey Phoenix. For my number 3 pick, I'm going back to Crisis on Infinite Earths with probably the most iconic, or at least the top 3 iconic covers of all time, with issue 7, The Death of Kira Zor-El's Supergirl. Which leads me to my number 2 death in comics, Superman 75. Now you're probably thinking, I thought that was going to be your number 1. Well, it's number 2 because everybody thought it would be my number 1. That's the only reason. And I'm pretty sure it's the only comic book death that actually made the news, man. And for my number 1, this was another huge storyline back in the day. Even though it was only a 2-issue arc, Amazing Spider-Man 121, The Death of Gwen Stacy. This is a book I picked up, I believe, last year. I got lucky and found a really cheap reader copy, and I just love this storyline so much. I still need to find a cheap reader copy of 122, the follow-up, and the Death of Green Goblin, my all-time favorite Spider-Man villain, but that's for another video. I don't know if anybody saw the Death of Gwen Stacy coming in the comics, but it was a pretty huge deal for a Spider-Man book back then to kill off a major character. And if I'm not mistaken, the Mexican edition of Amazing Spider-Man 121 didn't kill Gwen, and from that point on in the Mexican edition comics, it continued the storylines with her alive. So they were completely different from the American release comics. Alright, that is it for my top 5 deaths in comics. I will link David's video in the description below. Go check that out, and if you're not subbed up to him, hit that subscribe button, man. He's putting out some awesome content over there. I will catch you guys next time, and remember to keep it 9,000.
What did you say his power level is? It's over 9,000!